I traveled to the most Vietnamese city right here in America. From extreme snails to Michelin Pho, I am on a mission to highlight the food culture and more in the city. If y'all want some ABGs, you go to Keys. Where am I, you may ask? Well, none other than Garden Grove, Orange County, otherwise known as Little Saigon. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. I had to jaywalk to get this shot. By the end of this video, you'll have seen 4 unique restaurants that you could only find here in Little Saigon. And I'll be letting you know which one was my absolute favorite. All right, let's go. Okay, so it is currently 7 a.m. and we're at the first location, Kim Hong's Egg Rolls. I'm not gonna lie, outside looks a little bit rough, but that's just how you know the food's gonna be gas. Apparently this restaurant is also run by a Vietnamese grandma, so double gas. All that's missing, the Vietnamese uncle smoking cigarettes outside. Why at 7 a.m. you may ask? Well, this restaurant went viral a while back and they're only open until they sell out, so I wanted to guarantee that we got something. Also, look at this. A pretty empty filming spot, which is almost as nice as an empty gym, which I'm gonna have to hit after this video. Okay. All right, so you order from this window over here, and this is their menu. And apparently you have to get a minimum order of 20, so I got... I'm not even gonna attempt to say that. I got 10 of the number 1, which looks like a crab, pork, and shrimp combination. And then 10 of the number 8, which is a chicken and taro egg roll. After waiting about 10 minutes, I think the Kim Hong came to serve me herself.
You not Vietnam?
No, not Vietnamese.
Chinese?
Filipino.
Filipino?
Filipino, yeah, Filipino.
Like Vietnamese and Chinese.
Yeah, I get Vietnamese a lot, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Look at these egg rolls. Nice golden color. They literally cook every order fresh. Okay, we're gonna start with the number 1. That's good. I don't know if you guys could hear this, but just listen to this crunch. The wrap is nice and flaky, and the filling super moist. All right, let's try with the sauce now. A nice dunk going. Yeah, sauce complements the egg roll well. Adds a nice sweetness to it. It is a little bit more liquidy than how I usually like it. Maybe that's just a Filipino thing. I think the Filipino sauce is a bit more viscous, more thick, whereas this is a little bit more thin. But overall, still great. Time for the next one. This is the chicken and taro. Like the number 1, great wrapping, super flaky. But in terms of the filling, I don't think there's much difference flavor-wise. Still a good job. Some damn good egg rolls. That was Kim Hong's Egg Rolls. Later on, I'll be trying more unique types of foods, including a restaurant where we could have snail cooked 10 types of ways, as well as what is debated to be the best pho in Little Saigon. Now, it's still pretty early, so I do need my caffeine fix. And to be honest, I wanted to gatekeep this next spot from my nearly 300 subscribers, but I'll be doing this video a huge disservice if I left it out, because it's probably the best cafe I've ever been to in California. Certainly, hands down, it's the best in Orange County. It's Tea Coffee House. Now, obviously, we're here for the food and the coffee and matcha. But gang, let me put y'all on. Seaside? All right, first stop is Seaside Donuts. If you guys are wondering why we're here at night, it's because apparently this is when all the ABGs come out. Nah, what's that? If y'all want some ABGs, you go to Keys. Now heading inside, I went straight for the kiosk. right, we got our food. Honestly, the drinks, like a work of art. Okay, we're gonna start off with the food first and then make our way over to the drinks. First up, the matcha cookie. Let me get another bite. I think the white chocolate chips add a nice sweetness to balance out the earthiness of the matcha, but I'm not really a fan of the texture. It's more like it's a soft cookie. I like my cookies with a little bite to it. If I had to compare it to something, I'd say more like it's more like the texture of a shortbread. And I think you could do without the salt. Okay, now the almond croissant. Ooh. That's good. Flaky on the outside, nice buttery on the inside, and there's that nice nuttiness from the almonds. One thing that I found so interesting from going to Vietnamese cafes is just how prominent French pastries are in them. Well, that's probably because they got colonized by the French, but moving on to the drinks. Up next, the triple cocoa coffee. Give it a blend. Cheers. Oh man, that is much needed. If there's one thing about Vietnamese people, they know how to make damn good coffee. Honestly, coconut and coffee is such a good combination. I don't know why it's not done more in like just regular cafes. The drink's not overtly sweet, and one thing I hate about blended drinks is when it's too icy, you know? But this, it's nice, rich, creamy, much needed when it's hot out like this. And last, got the strawberry matcha. Give this a stir too. I expected that to look better on camera, but it sort of just, the strawberry sort of just blended into the drink. Cheers. Just sipping from the top, we're not really getting that strawberry. I think I might actually need to use a straw. Even after giving it a stir, I think all that puree just accumulates at the bottom. So you need the straw to actually get the strawberry flavor. I think the strawberry clashes with the earthiness of the matcha a little bit. For me personally, I know some people prefer this. To be honest, I think I prefer just straight matcha, but it is nice if you do want to switch it up every once in a while. And that was Keys, 10 out of 10. I've never had a bad thing here. Goated spot, obviously for the food and the coffee and matcha. But up next, one of the more unique types of restaurants, we can have snail cooked 10 types of ways. The small got the foo-foos. All right, I've been driving around this parking lot for the last 5 minutes trying to find this next spot. But I actually think it's inside this mall over here, so let's go head on in. I was right, there it is. Before I go in, can an American tell me why your malls are always abandoned? NANI? After getting seated, I flipped through the menu a little bit to find the snail section. Each dish ranges from $14 to $18. Now I'm not going to be trying all 10 types of snails because I don't have the budget and I'm not insane. But I will be trying 3 different types. I ended up getting the grilled escargot with garlic butter and peppercorn, the steamed escargot with chili and lemongrass, and the creamy salted egg yolk escargot. Alright, I had to move spots just because it was a little loud over there, but look, we got tennis in the back. Alright, the food came in. Now, these all look like different types of snails. I will not be telling you the different types because I'm not a biologist, but I will be telling you the different tastes. And the first snail dish we'll be starting off with is the escargot with chili and lemongrass. This thing's kind of in the way. Start with the soup. Wow, the lemongrass is really strong. Gonna get some of that snail. I love how they give you multiple sticks, one for each snail. But it's hard to eat this and not compare it to French escargot. Comparatively, how the snail is cooked, it's more of a firm chew. You know, it's almost like a tendon off of a chicken. Moving on to the next one, which is the garlic butter and peppercorn snail. Oh God, I swear I was chewing for like 2 minutes. This is what I mean. It's a tough chew, but flavor-wise, it's really good. It's got a lot of kick from that pepper spice. I'm not really getting that garlic though. And I feel like that's odd because garlic is usually such an overpowering flavor. We might have to try it with the lime to cut through that pepper. Get that on there. Yeah, that lime, much needed. Moving on, we got the creamy salted egg yolk escargot. This one's a little saucy. I don't know how to eat this. It's gonna get messy. Oh wow, I thought the last two snails were tough to chew, but man, these little guys are even tougher. Just look at the size comparison. Just goes to show, size isn't everything. The sauce is very creamy, but flavor-wise, I'm not getting that nice deep salted egg flavor. It's very mild comparatively to like what I'm used to in the in the salted egg chips. Man, my jaw's getting a workout just from eating these snails. Might not even have to hit the gym. All right, so that was an interesting experience. Up next, another interesting experience because we're gonna be trying Michelin Pho. And for that, I made my way over to the final location, Pho 79. I'll be real, I'm not really a fan of pho. Even when I had it in Vietnam, I don't know, I feel like I'm just not a soup guy in general. But I'm excited to try this place, not only to see if it lives up to the Michelin hype, but to see if it can change my mind on pho. Let's find out. Pho 79 was featured in the 2021 Michelin Guide and has won numerous awards, with their oxtail pho being the highlight. So we're gonna be getting that along with the rice paper rolls with shrimp and pork. All right, so our food came in and look at the size of this pho. I got the small, but this could feed 2 people. Insane. But before we make our way to the pho, we're gonna be trying the rice paper roll. I think we're gonna go no sauce first and then give it a dip in the sauce. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, that's good. Okay, in the first bite, I only got some of that beef, but man, is that seasoned well. Let's give it another go and see if we could get some of that shrimp in there. I don't know if you can see this, but it's actually like split into cross sections, or it's split right down the middle, so it isn't too thick in the roll, which I actually think is a nice touch. Time for a dunk. Oh yeah, that peanut sauce is so savory. It's nice, rich, thick. I think it complements the freshness of the roll pretty well. Like just how fresh the vegetables taste in this roll are, it's insane. And I have no idea what it is about Vietnamese vegetables, herbs, but somehow they're always so fresh. Like, it's crazy. It's like they have their own garden going in the back and they're just picking it fresh every day. Now, the moment what you guys have been waiting for, it's time to make our way to the pho. Let's go for the broth first. Oh wow. That broth is so rich. And the rice noodles. Good too. I think it's time to add the oxtail into the pho. Oof. Yo, this is just like falling apart from the bone. So tender, just breaking apart. Wow. That's good. Man, I see why the oxtail is a highlight. It adds like a nice beefy flavor to the pho, and the oxtail braised so well. It's so tender, it almost just like melts in your mouth. Honestly, they have all these condiments over here. Got the sriracha, got the oyster sauce. But to be honest, I don't even think this pho needs it. I still can't believe this is a small. Like, just look how many noodles there are in this. Man, this is crazy. This could feed me for like 2 days. All right, guys, I'm getting pretty full. So I think it's time to pack this up and let you know my final thoughts. So to recap, in this video, we went to a viral egg roll spot, a Vietnamese cafe, a restaurant where you could have snail cooked 10 ways, and Michelin Pho. Kim Hong's Egg Rolls, great egg roll spot run by a sweet Vietnamese grandma. Key Coffee House, amazing coffee and matcha. Oc Lao, a unique experience if you want to try Vietnamese dishes that you can't find anywhere else. And Pho 79 definitely did live up to the hype. But if I had to choose a favorite, it's gotta be Key Coffee House. Obviously, for the food and coffee and matcha. But on a real note, I'm not lying when I say it's probably the best cafe I've ever been to in California. I've tried almost the entire menu at this point, and even with my critiques, not a single bad thing. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and till next time on Eating Till We're Broke.